So it's true. There is a new $1,050 stimulus check, or what lawmakers are calling inflation checks. These are coming, in one specific state is already going to be sending these out. This is serious. What we are seeing right now is some states are considering these inflation checks. This is actually going to make it more expensive for everybody across the United States. And I want to address which state is sending these out and how much people would potentially get based on their income brackets. Here's a little spoiler. Even if you make up to $500,000 per year, you would still get some form of stimulus. This is crazy. Now, let's talk about this. But remember just a couple days ago, I came on here and I said inflation checks are something lawmakers are considering. Well, a bunch of people in the comments said that would never happen. Some called me a liar, and I completely understand because honestly, it's one of those things that's, why would they even consider this? Well, it wasn't a lie. In fact, California of all states, and you're probably thinking, wow, California, really? Well, they're always sending out something. Well, Governor Newsom, he decided, let's send up to $1,050 to more than 23 million people in the state. That's one good way to combat inflation. Again, it's not a joke. This is serious. It's a little late for an April Fool's joke. All right, it's a little late. This isn't a joke. This is serious. Now, in a state where the average price per gallon is currently $6.32, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for gas. Lawmakers first thought, you know what's a good idea? Let's send out more money. Let's send out money to people so that they can pay for their bills, which is great. Let's send out money so that they can put gas in their car, which sounds good, but it also will make gas more expensive. Again, California first thought, let's send out a $400 check to every single person who has, at least, if you have two vehicles, you can get up to $800. Let's send this out through let's get a vehicle voucher, a gas voucher. Let's call it that. Because you know what? That sounds good. That's better than stimulus. Well, they ultimately decided that's not enough. We need to send out more. We can't just give every single person, even Mark Zuckerberg, $400 to fill his vehicle with gas. We can't do that. We can't give money to billionaires. So now they put together an up to $1,050 stimulus check, but it has an income limit. It's $500,000. Yeah. Even people that could be worth millions are still getting up to $1,050. And I want to break down who's going to get this money in just a minute. But first, even if you do not live in California, it does not mean you will not be impacted by this influx of new money to people's bank accounts. Honestly, this is going to lead to more inflation, not just in the state of California, but all over the country. It's going to lead to more inflation. Okay? I'm not saying inflation is going to double to 20% or double to really, 16, 17%. It's probably going to go up, but the hard part is it's not going to come down. That's what we're now seeing. This could also lead to more states providing some form of those inflation checks to help out with these increased costs, right? That could potentially be good for certain people. But those that are making up to $500,000 per year, do they really need some form of an inflation check? Because my guess is somebody that's making $500,000, right? They don't need that much. They're making, for $500,000, right? You're making over $1,000 per day. Is $400 or even $200 really going to do much for you? Probably not. But let's talk about how this entire proposal breaks down and who gets how much money. And if you have questions on any of this stuff, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But let me know your thoughts. Do you think this is a good idea for the state of California, or do you think this is a bad idea for the entire country? Let me know down in the comment section below. Now here's how this breaks down. Let's go over it together. Okay, let's read it. Right here, you can see the lower and middle income Californians stand to receive the biggest checks. And here's how it works. Single taxpayers who make less than $75,000 a year, or couples who make less than $150,000 per year, will get $350 each, okay, per taxpayer. The husband wife, wife, whatever, right? The couple will get $350 each, which come out to $700. Then, if you have dependents, it doesn't matter if you have one or if you have 15, you will get $350 extra. Okay? Let me be very clear on this. It's not $350 per dependent. It's $350 if you have any dependent. Okay? Now, I have not looked to see if this is just a dependent under the age of 17. Okay? I do not know for sure, because you could have a dependent who is maybe it's your parent, right? Maybe you're taking care of a family member who's elderly, right? And that would be considered a dependent. You would get $350, I believe, but do not quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. Let's get right back into this. So this site even gives you an example. If you are a couple, you earn a combined $125,000. That means you make less than the $150,000. You'd get the full $300 per taxpayer, which would be $700 plus $300 for your child. If you have one or two children, you would get a max of $1,050. Okay? What about the higher income Californians? Well, here's what we know. A single taxpayer who makes between $75 and $125, or a couple who gets $150 to $250, right here, you'd receive $250. Okay? So, a single taxpayer would get $250. A couple would get $250 or $500 for the two, plus you'd get the $250 for your child or your dependent. That would come out to $750 for that family. Single people that earn between $125 and $250, okay, or couples that earn between $250 and $500 annually get $200 each. So a couple, let's say with one child, you would get a maximum of $600. So even if you are making $500,000 per year, you would get a $600 stimulus payment or inflation check. That's crazy. That is crazy that they're going to give away $600 for a family that makes, let's say $495,000 a year. They probably don't need $600. That would be about, that would be less than what they make in half a day, right? They probably don't need it. And then for anybody that makes over, if you're single, you make over $250,000, or if you're a couple, you make over $500,000, you get nothing. You get absolutely nothing. But what's interesting about this, okay? What's interesting is that this is to help fight inflation. This is to help fight inflation. Well, when are these checks going to be issued? Let's look at this. These checks will be sent out via direct deposit or debit cards by late October. October. How crazy is that? First off, they're going to be sent out by direct deposit. That's good. That's going to save a little bit of money. But they're going to be sent out by debit cards as well. This is the issue. This is why there are scams. This is why there's fraud. Because guess what's going to happen when these start coming out? People are going to be losing their mail. Guaranteed. Because that's exactly what happened when we got the stimulus checks. Right? Because people were losing their mail. They didn't get their check. They didn't know where it went. And then the fact that we're going to put it on a debit card, which we're already in short supply of chips, that's an issue in itself. And then the fact that we are currently, this is June 27th. This is June 27th, and they're going to come out in late October. Let's say they come out the end of October. We're in June 27th. Got July, August, September, October in 4 months. We're going to send these checks out in 4 months? How crazy is that? We got inflation today, but let's send out those checks in 4 months. That will fix things. It's crazy the way our government works. It's crazy the way state legislators work. But this is what we know. This is what California is doing. So just keep this in mind, because this does not mean California is the only state. If more states jump on board and do this exact same thing, according to multiple experts, we will see more inflation across the board. It will not just be localized to California. And even though California is the one that's going to be getting these, most likely every single person in the United States is going to feel the effects. So again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.